good evening to my Saturday night stream, where we're going to go through my usual enchant, restocks and all the other bits and pieces. I'd like to start with this stream saying big thank you to Gumdrops for mentioning me again on the Wowhead weekly gold making wrap up. Really appreciate that. And thank you to all your other gold makers out there. The community has been extremely helpful in helping me learn all I've learned so far, so big thanks to everyone really who's dropped by, said hello and offered me some really friendly advice. So we're going to start this stream with the usual mailbox opening, and we've got a few sales here. Let's strip out the expires so we can have a look at what we've got. And it's 18,000 gold. We've got Suramar Surf and Turf. We've got enchants. Those iron buckles finally sold. Those ones that Gumdrops had from a while ago, and the deep peridot. And then we've got Contender's Spirit Gauntlets finally sold at 641, and the Thorium leggings. Those are two new ones from the transmog, and I think they're crafted, those ones. And then we've got some usual enchants, so some good stocks there, some good sales. Hey Oni, thanks for stopping by, and thank you for the follows. We've got Nobody Special, but Gravity Always Wins, Sebial, Shamrock, Neoni, Dawis, and Telenesias, I think. Sorry if I butchered any of those names. So, thank you everyone for the follows, and thank you Oni for stopping by. So that's pretty good. 18,000 gold. That takes us up to 1,154,000 gold. So we're getting closer to our 1.5 million target in the next, where are we at? What date are we on today? The 9th. So we've got probably another 10 days, ideally, to get another sort of 350,000, which I think's probably doable. So long as I concentrate on making sure that I'm restocked. So this is going to be the focus of my gold making tonight, is make sure that I've got all my enchants on and restocked. So as it's still relatively early on a Saturday night, I'm going to do let's do a deselect all groups and just get our enchants cancelled and re-put on first. So we need cloaks, necks, rings, tomes and relics, and we'll do a cancel scan on those, and then we can see which ones we're missing, because I know I haven't restocked fully on those. I'm going to have to do a load of bracers to ley light, because that's really low in stock at the moment. Looking at my bags at the moment, I haven't got many at all. To wait for this to be done before I can look at my bags. Yeah, loads of undercuts here, which I'm not surprised at. Let's get those off. Oh, didn't finish the confirming there. A bit eager. Let's do that again. Do the cancel scan. Confirming those. Okay, I actually managed to catch most of those. That's quite interesting. It did them before I cancelled. Right, so there we go. Let's take all these off and put them back on so we're at the cheapest, because that's how I'm going to earn my money. That's how I'm going to get my target anyway. So post those on. DSM seems to be running quite a bit quicker actually from looking at this. Those pages have gone on quicker. I don't know if they released another update since I was last on. I think there has been an update. Wasn't sure what that's included. So looking at my enchanting, now that was my queue I set up earlier, actually I never did, so let's clear this and do another restock. So cloaks next, and now I was going to go through these and change them, so let's just go through into the groups. Now there was something Bart pointed me towards where I was doing it wrong, because I wanted to change the numbers on these. So the group operations I've got for this is the average ones. I want to sell 3 of each. The good ones I want to sell more than 3 of each for the next. And the rubbish ones I only want 1 of each. What I think I need to do is take that off and just change that to 1 of each for the rubbish ones. So that includes, that's basically mark of the distant army. The good ones I want, how many did I want? I want 2 each of these. I'm going to override that, take that off and put 2 on. Because last time I was trying this I wasn't taking the default 1 off and it wasn't working. Actually no, the good ones I want 3 of. Oops, scrap that. Change that to 3 of each. These are the necks, and then the average ones I want 2 each. Like that. So looking at the actual group itself, add remove items. So the rubbish ones is the mark of the distant army. That doesn't sell very well at all. The average ones are ancient priestess and heavy hide, because looking at the ones number I've sold is 70 and 80, whereas you look at the rubbish ones, mark of the distant army, I've only ever sold 11 of those. And then the good ones that sell really well, are the mark of the claw, the mark of the hidden satyr, and mark of the trained soldier. They're all in the 160s. So I'm going to try and restock more on the good ones and less on the rubbish ones. So I've just changed my groups a little bit, just to try and sort of tweak my restock numbers. Now cloaks, I've got to 3 of each now. That was at 2 of each. And rings was at 4 of each, and I've now taken it up to 6 of each. Okay, so that's good. So in terms of restocking, looking at our enchanting, if we were then to go cloaks, necks, rings, tomes and relics. Tomes and relics are at 1 of each. Add to the queue. Then now we've got loads we need to build. And this would potentially, if I sold all of this, give me a profit of 42,000, which is amazing. I need to make all of this, and that means I'm going to need a whole load of ley light and arcana. So first things first, we need to get some ley light and arcana. Now I'm going to go quickly and look at my shopping group, so I might be able to pick up some bargains. So we'll go to shopping and we'll just look at my favourite group, which I've set up. These selected or deselected? Selected. Let's try deselect all. There we go. Good stuff. And then we'll run a shopping scan. So this is arcana, ley light, chaos crystals, shal'dorei silk, and then a few other bits and pieces that I've added to my list of things that I would like to look out for. The Nomi snacks looking at 833. Chaos crystals at 249. That's not particularly cheap, so we'll be skipping those. I do have a stock of, not many actually, looking at that, 308. Oh, and then another 400 in the guild vault. Okay, so I've got 700, that's alright. Phew. Ley light is looking at 47 gold there. Now I can make it for 40 gold. The 47 isn't too bad if I would need to restock on a few. And Arcana's looking actually quite close, 1469 versus my mat cost of 1361. So I might buy a few Arcana. Silk isn't looking that great, it's at 554, and I'd like that to be under 5 ideally, because my average is 435. Oh, there's some large brilliant shards. that are slightly cheaper. Now those are for one of my tones. I think Azeroth is one of those. Looking at the other things, these ones obviously are too pricey. Fell cloth, that's some cheap fell cloth, because normally I buy that for 98. So getting some fell cloth for 18 is a definite win. Right, I'm going to buy those, because these are for my mooncloth, for turning it into mooncloth robes. So that's a definite. Pick up those bargains. Ooh, stonehide leather at 4 gold. And normally I've been doing the silk shuffle, but because stonehide hasn't been that cheap, but this much stonehide at under 5 gold is worth picking up. So I'm definitely going to take a load of this. So there's, what's that? 10 lots of 10. We'll take those. 15 lots of 5. Yep, we'll take those. I'm going to send all these to my demon hunter Earthen, and he can do that. Actually, I'm going to leave that 1 of 2 on, just in case anyone does an automatic undercut. And I'll pick up these other ones. 64, 2 of 200, that's good. Now this is obviously going to spend some of my mooncloth robes. Yes, for transmog. I don't sell it that often, but I do sell it for about 3 to 5,000, I believe. Let's have a look at my ledger. Sold one fairly recently. Let's do a search. Mooncloth robe. Yeah, I sold one 9 days ago for 5,800. So over the last, what's that, 122 days, I've sold it fairly steadily, really. And my crafting cost is coming in at 1,100. So I'm making a good sort of 4,800 profit for each of those. It's one of the steady tailoring sellers that I've had. So I try and make sure that I can get the mats whilst I can. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty pleased with that one. I'm guessing it's the look of the mooncloth robe that people are kind of like, they like it because it's kind of like this like faded pale blue. So yeah, that's one that I've always kind of that and the tuxedo bits and pieces are my. I've got my group here. Let's have a look at my group. I'll show you. Group tailoring pretty clothes that sell. So in my list of stuff that I like to sell, it's not a big list. I've got the mooncloth robe, lavender mage weave shirt, the pink mage weave shirt, the rich purple silk shirt, and then the 3 tuxedo jacket, pants and shirt, and then the white tuxedo shirt as well. And so that's my list of stuff that I like to keep at least one of. And they do sell. I mean, it's not massive profits, that's only a 200 profit, but still, the crafting cost is tiny on these. So it's worth having at least one on. And I've had some steady sales of these. So I'd like to expand my tailoring. It's not quite where I'd like it. I'm focusing on the enchanting at the moment, but that's definitely been a little seller for me. So what did we get? Did we get all the... Ooh, what have we got? Sumptuous fur at 4. We were looking at stonehide leather that appears to have dropped off the list. Now this has happened to me a couple of times. What I think I need to do is just go back and pick up just a regular search of it. Let's just type it in here. Stonehide leather. There's a few different pieces. This usually happens when I'm leaving one on. So I'm going to take the 1 of 88 and the 1 of 78. I'm going to leave that one on, those 5 on. I'll take the 92. And I think I'll take the 112 at 498. And I'll leave that little mini wall there of 43. And then all these little bits and pieces I'll leave. I'll take that 1 of 7 actually. Yeah, I definitely recommend looking into it, Oni. They're not massive sellers. Certainly are not on my realm, but they're cheap to craft and they're quite good profit. So I'm going to leave this mini wall up here of stonehide leather, just to encourage people to go under that. And I don't think there was a lot else in my group other than looking at that Arcana that was 15. Is it 15 or 14, I think? I might get a few of those in. Because that was a definite. I'm going to need loads of that in a bit. And the large brilliant shard, how was that looking? And my average purchase price is 104. So if I can get some for 90, then that's worth buying. Looks like there's only one. Well, there's 16 stacks of 2. Hey Ramu, thanks for stopping by. You should look into making all the different shirts. They do sell, even only for a small amount of profit. Yeah, I think well, the ones I've got seem to be the ones that sell for me. Where were we? We were looking at the pretty clothes that sell. So I have got a few of the other shirts in here somewhere. The ones that sell, I've got tuxedo shirt, rich purple, pink mage weave, and the lavender mage weave, and the white tuxedo shirt. Those shirts are the ones I try and keep a stock of at least one of. I'm probably missing a few looking at that, so it might be worth me just going through and making sure I've got all the recipes for the other missing ones. But those ones certainly have been selling, especially the rich purple silk shirt, and it only cost me 8 gold to make, and I'm getting a good profit of about 1,500, and I've sold 5 of those. But the mooncloth robe's definitely better than that, and the tuxedo one sells quite frequently. What's that? The tuxedo pants, tuxedo jacket, and the white shirt. Don't think I've actually sold any of those. No, it doesn't look like I have. So that could be interesting. Try and have a look at the different red, yellow, green ones as well. Okay, thanks Ramu. I'll have a look. Might be worth adding those into my... What have we got in our groups here? Shirt. In parent items? No. Let's go into this one and look for shirt. So we've got, what have we got? Formal white shirt. That could be one. According to that, I've had there's 7 auctions of that. Which ones else? We've got the red, yellow and green ones as well. Got a swashbucklers shirt. Rustic sells well for you. Oh, okay. The rustic workman's shirt. That could be one. Orange mage weave. Is that one that I could add in as well? Let's have a look. Let's add a few in and see what we can sell. Shirt. It's not coming up in the parent. I want to add those in. So actually, let's do it this way. Let's do shirt. Let's add in blue, brown, white, green, green lumberjacks, green workmans, rustic, stylish. Let's put them all in to that. That goes into my pretty clothes. And then in my pretty clothes that sell, let's add it in that way. And let's add all these in. And then we can have a look at those and see if we can sell some. There's a lot of different colour shirts here. There we go. And then that will go into my automatic make one of each. And I'll do that. So I'll have a look at that after I've gone through my enchanting set. That's a good idea. Thanks for the suggestion. Right. Large brilliant shard. We're buying... Ooh, there's a lot of these. You usually get a sale of 2 per day on a low pop server. Like two of any shirt per day, I would assume. But that's pretty good. I have to look out for the profits on those. That's a lot of large brilliant shards at a decent price. How many have I got? Don't have many. So I'm going to buy quite a few of these, I think. Just to get some stock. Yeah, 2 random shirt per day on average. Okay, Rami, that's really good. I'm going to have a look out for that. Thank you. Alright, I don't want to buy all of these. I'm going to leave the last 2 on. Fell cloth, that's fine. Anything else? Ley lights 47 we're leaving. Arcana was the other one to look at. Golden pearl at 150, no, that's too expensive. Even though it's saying 82%. There's a stack of 162 Arcana. I think that's worth it for convenience. And then the next big lot is down here at 1695. Which, compared to my mat cost of 1375, is a bit pricey. I think I'd rather take the... I'll take the silk shuffle instead. Right, okay, so let's get going on that first. Let's get the silk shuffle going. All my purchases. Let's pick them up. And then we're going to go to the guild bank. I'm going to take out anything that I don't need. So I've got a nice big area of bag space. And we're going to go through and make a whole load of braces to get ourselves ready. Let's do a reload. There's only a few options left. I think it's only 3. We'll do that. And then we'll go through and do a big load of silkweave braces. I need to send that leather to my demon hunter, Earthen. So where's all that stone hide? There it is. Now I did have a group set up for this, but I'm gonna do just a quick send to Earthen, and we're gonna add in stone hide. And normally, interestingly, the bags add-on doesn't do all 1000. It's just doing one stack of 200. Okay, now the way I'd properly do this, let's go to my groups and go to my good stuff, and then we're going to create a new group, a subgroup, and we're going to call this leather to send. So this is a subgroup of our good stuff, and this is going to get its own special operation. Let's add that in, and we're going to give this a group operation. It's going to keep with the shopping and the mailing operation. I'm going to override that, get rid of the default, and change this to send to Earthen. And so we close that group off, and now let's keep our bags up so we can see this in action. Go TSM groups, deselect all, leather to send, mail selected groups, and that sent all the leather to my demon hunter. Awesome. There we go. That's how we do it properly. Alright, guild bank next, because that's where the space is at. And I put it in this cloth group for now. This is my dumping ground. Right, fell cloth, large brilliant shards, Arcana we're keeping, runic catgut we're keeping, some just fur we can dump. Let's do all the food bits. Don't need those for now. Those are soulbound, are they? Oh, that's prepared ingredients. That we can get rid of. Essence of Undeath, temporal crystals. Right, ley light we're keeping. Fly traps. See, so we can't do that. Enchanting vellum we need. And Hungry Magister, old spices. And those are soulbound. Okay, so things we need is we need the chaos crystals. We need those. And the rest of the silk, we need that silk. Any other bits of silk I can see here. Might need some more runic catgut. Let's take those two. Take all those. Need those. Right. Okay, that's all of it. Let's put the other stuff in the bank. Have we got any free space? There's a few. Where can we free up some seeds perhaps? And the prepared ingredients. The hex weave. Our bank is full. Primal spirit we can put in the enchanting. And then let's go to the reagent bank. Is that full? Oh no, it's some free space here. Let's put the hex weave in. Keep the bloods. And those I don't think we can put in. Old spices, can we put those in? No. Okay, so where's the rest of my silk? That's in here somewhere. There we go, 3,800 silk. We need this out of our bank. Because that would either need to be in the reagent bank or in our actual bags, which it is now. And is that everything I need? I think so. That leaves us with loads of silk. Still 1,275 in the bank. That's okay. We can cope with that. Right. To the silk shuffle it goes, I think. Alright. Tailoring. We need... Let's go to the regular UI because it's a little bit faster. And we want silk weave braces. And we're going to create all. Right. Okay. Now TSM destroying is a little bit flaky last time I used it. So it may not give us a very quick disenchant path. But we'll give it a go. Give it a test and see how it gets on. Last time I did it, really struggled with the scroll wheel macro. So I'm hoping this time I do it, it's going to be a little bit more kind of smooth. We'll see. How else are we doing? We have Epicurean's Awards. We've got 8 of those. So that's another mental note I need to do. Also, Kitty looks comfy. Oh, thank you, Grace. Are you comfy? You're not sleeping, which is good. Well, you're not butt scooting, which is good. Oh, there you go. Grumpy cat, we are. Grumpy cat alert. You need to arm wrestle me. I'll leave you to it. I think she just wants her nap time. It's quite easy to miss when she's in the oh, hand there. There you go. Does a green light come on if it's charging? It's just off. We have a new addition to the gaming family. My son has bought himself a Switch, which is awesome. Not that I've had a chance to play yet. Yeah, it's got a charging light on it now. Is that right? The little thing flashed up there. There it goes. That put on. Yeah? Is that working? Cool. There we go. You're going to go? Night. Okay. Okay, will do. Awesome. Night, guys. There we go. So, ooh, look at that. The window's kind of not sticking to my mouse. Sure, that's a bug. Wow, we've got loads of braces coming in here. This is going to be interesting. We've got loads and loads. Okay. Predictions for this amount of braces. I'm predicting we're going to get 5 Bloods of Sargeras and 3 Chaos Crystals out of this batch. I think. Maybe. It's quite a lot. I'm still going. We're down to 10 Bloods, so this is my main source of Bloods, so I definitely could do with some more. See how many Leylight we can get out of this, and then we can start making all those enchants. That's the main thing, is getting some decently priced Leylight. Where are we at? I've got 19. Right, nearly done. Last one. There we go, I think that's it. Inventory is full. Right, let's see. Close my bags and reopen it, and then it will organise itself. Let's see how the scroll wheel gets on first. Let's test that. So disenchant works, and then it doesn't. So let's try the button. The button seems to have stopped as well. So if we were to do a regular one and then try destroy next, I think that kind of works. Not fully. Because then I keep getting this icon on. What I think I'm going to do is just go through this systematically. Sorry TSM Destroying, I don't think you're quite ready for me yet. This isn't too bad. Hi Trico, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying the stream. It's not particularly interesting at the moment what we're doing, but it's very valuable in terms of getting some decent money by doing the old Silkweave Bracer Shuffle. Oh, our first Blood of Sargeras as well. So we're turning all these Silkweave Bracers into Leylight Shards, which we're then going to make all our enchants with, in theory. Now normally we'd be doing this with TSM Destroying and the scroll wheel, but that's currently a little bit buggy. So we're doing it a slightly old-fashioned but quick way still of using my equals key, which is bound to disenchant, and then just hovering my mouse over where I need to do the disenchant. It's not actually a lot slower once you get the rhythm going. Can be a bit tedious. You wouldn't want to do this all the time. You had issues with Destroy as well today. Okay, good to know it's not just me. Oh, another Blood of Sargeras came in. That's good. We're up to 2. I'm hoping for 5. Yeah, so I think that's on the list of things to fix, but I think they're getting the core stuff working first. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Use another hotbar and use a more natural key like 1, 2, 4 or something. Could do. That's not a bad idea, Ronnie. Shift scroll up or down quickly, choose another set of hotbars. Yep, I could do that. Although saying that, I'm not finding the equals key that unnatural at the moment, because it's kind of like right in the middle of my... Might make it a little more comfortable. Yeah, I mean the equals key is kind of smack bang in the middle, so from my positioning it's okay. I can see what you mean, having 1 to 4. Maybe if I had like a gamepad, or like it on my, if I had one of those fancy mice, Razer mice that has all those buttons on the side, that might make it a bit easier. But this is working for now. I mean, I can see how that would work. Missed one. I think it's more a case of getting into the rhythm with this. Oh, and other bloods. Don't think my bag add-on's helping with randomly changing the order for me. I like this bag add-on. This is Addy Bags. I like how it categorizes things. I haven't done fishing yet. That's quite an interesting one. I wonder if I should do that next after my cooking. Because it's another of those professions that you can get alongside your main professions. Or should I actually, you know, try and complete either my tailoring or something like that? Might be a bit late. Yeah, that's the thing with me, Oni. I'm always late to the party. Hey, Sephorium. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you love your fishing. The artifact pole is so nice. Oh, okay. I haven't actually done any research into fishing, so that could be an interesting one to find out. You're going to retweet something at you. Okay, I'll have a look out for that. Thank you. For new notifications. There we go. I'll keep that window open. There we go. Yeah, I think I could enjoy fishing, because it's another one of those things that you could quite peacefully do. The question: why didn't I love my cook to 700 in like 20 minutes in Pandaria? I didn't know I could. Would be my first reasoning. And the second one is I found out that I could pretty much not worry about the cooking level and do it through just making stuff for profit. So the kind of cooking level, as soon as I got past 100, it kind of became irrelevant. I'm not sure where I'm at cooking level at the moment. Where are we at? Through 506. So that's not too bad. I think with Pandaria, for me, because I never did it whilst it was out, I just literally skimmed through the early content and I've never gone back to it. I'd love to go back to it. It looks really pretty, and I'd love to finish the storyline. But I'm unaware of a lot of the things you can do in Pandaria. Wasn't there cooking specialisms in Pandaria as well? Not sure what they've done with that. It's amazing. And do listen to all the music. Okay, yeah. It's a lovely expansion. I think it was one that almost tempted me back into playing WoW regularly, but life got in the way at that time. So another Bloods. I think I played with it a little bit. Way of the Wok. Yeah. It does sound pretty good. I think I'd have to go back to it. But yeah, the cooking as it stands with Legion, the catch-up is pretty easy. Just being able to power through and make all the profitable stuff. Nomi was your little cooking apprentice. Oh, now he's all grown up and giving you random recipes. So how do we do with that? We are up to 14 bloods and 116 ley light, 118 ley light. Burning your food too. Yeah, I've got a lot of burnt food at the moment already. So I think we're going to do another batch. Let's get some of this done. Got another 492 I can make easily. So I think we'll do another batch. Let's get these churned out, because I'm sure I'm going to use a lot of this ley light as well as the Arcana. We've still got 3,000 silk in my bags, so that's definitely enough. You did your slash play today, 310 days. Wow. And you've been cooking, sorry, not kicking, cooking since the first tea day. Wow, that's pretty impressive. I only started cooking recently. My slash blade is much less than that. It's 58 days. So I'm on catch up with that, as I am with all things in WoW, having done it so casually over the last 13 years. I did do first aid. I mean, Samadan, when I started in vanilla, had what did I have professions wise? I had engineering and mining, I think, to start with, and then I switched once the first expansion came out, and I switched to tailoring and enchanting, and I've had those ever since. But I didn't touch cooking at all until Legion, and now I just, I had a cooking skill of 1, and now I'm just getting it back up to speed. I mean, tailoring's at 800 now, enchanting's at 800. I think with tailoring I got disillusioned with all the shadow weave once I had the specialism of that back in Burning Legion, having all the specialisms on that. I remember doing and wanted to get the flying carpet and getting the shadow weave outfit, which I never did because I could never get my skill up, and I never had any gold, and I never really put the time in to make gold back then. Whereas now, getting gold is the easy part, and now I'm struggling for time. That's the other problem now, is finding the time, because WoW is one of those games that the more time you put in, the more you get out of it, and there's so many different things to do, and so long as they're fun, oh, you reminded me, I looked when I started playing, I found my 10th year anniversary. That's pretty good. So you've got 10 years on the 26th of December. That's quite a milestone, Trico. Yeah, I think, yeah, I've played since vanilla, but then I've had a massive break in the middle, from Cataclysm, Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor. Completely missed all of those. It's easy learning from you gold gurus. Thank you, Grace. I consider it kind of not myself so much as a guru, but more of a sort of Padawan in training. Not even a Padawan, maybe just a youngling. But what I've learnt so far, I mean, I've found all the gold makers have been so helpful and supportive. I'm very happy to share all their knowledge. So if anything I can pass on is useful, then that's great in my books. But yes, gold making, especially with TSM, is it's really good fun, and there's so many different ways to do it, which is what makes it even more appealing. Is you do what appeals to you and what you find fun, and first bloods. Some people like to farm, some people like to do professions, some people like to snipe, and they're all equally valid in making gold. It's a question of doing what you enjoy doing. So for me, it's professions. I love just making things, and then turning them into gold and selling them on, and then keeping an eye on my profits. For me, and I think I lucked out with enchanting being quite high on the old profit margins for this server, being a low pop server and all, so I'm pretty happy with that. Spending so many years doing all the different things in WoW, this has been a really door open to me with making gold. Suits your OCD orderly thinking. Yes, I think that's inherent in all potential gold makers, is you have a certain level of OCD, or like a love of numbers or spreadsheets. Oh, thank you. Oh, Trico, thank you so much for the sub. That's so kind of you. That's my second ever sub. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, that's sent a warm glow. There's no need, honestly. I get more than enough pleasure. Oh, thank you for the cheers, Sephorium. It's very kind of you. Sub hype. I know, it's amazing. Thank you, everyone. Let's get some Samadan faces in there for the subs. Let's see if I can work out how to do it. I want to change my emote icon, actually. I was going to do a picture of me, Bob Ross styly. Let's see if we can get some Samadan heads. There we go. Thank you very much for the sub. Oh, thank you, Trico. That's really kind of you. Thank you. I'm glad that they're, you know, that they're at least enjoyed by people as I'm enjoying it so much myself learning. So I'm glad that, you know, I can pass on what I learn. You know, so that's, you know, I really appreciate that. I think we're doing well with our disenchant so far. We got a few bloods, up to 16, and a couple of chaos crystals came in there. So that's pretty good going, I'd say. Oh, Grace, thank you very much for the sub hype all around. Oh, thank you very much. I can't express how thankful I am. It's just a little gesture that goes a long way in sort of just... It means a lot to me, thank you. It's a sub-train. I know, Ramu, it's brilliant, thank you. Let's do another row of Sama heads. Thank you, Grace. There we go. Another row of heads. I'm not sure if that's a great emote icon to use. My voice is like therapy. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. There we go, Trico. I don't know if the head's a good one for emote icons. I kind of made it not really knowing whether it's the kind of thing people want. But it's there as a placeholder if nothing else, and I'll see if I can think of some other ones to put on. I mean, I'm certainly open to suggestions. Like I said, I was going for maybe a Bob Ross style one as an alternative. See how we go on that one. But thank you, Trika and Grace, for the subs, and Sephorum for the cheer, and Oni, thank you. Oh, it's a sub train, definitely. Thank you, guys. This is amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's get another row of heads in there. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Thank you, everyone. You had to work out how to get that prime, so I've no idea myself. I haven't got prime, but I think it's supposed to be quite easy. But thank you all. You've been very generous with your subs. It's pretty easy. Oh, that's good to know. I think Twitch do at least make it easy. Yes, the TSM4 disenchanting does seem to be a little bit buggy at the moment. Sometimes it works. Certainly with the scroll wheel, it's a little bit buggy, so it's not proving to be that quick. And I'm sure there's other add-ons I could probably get, or other things I could do to make this quicker, but for me, I'm finding this quite therapeutic actually, just clicking through each one, and then chatting to you lovely people, of course, at the same time. So It's kind of like a double benefit. So this is kind of like a nice easy way to go through and just disenchant a whole load of items. Yes, I hope they fix that too, Rami. It's definitely one of the better parts of TSM4. Just all of it really. The scroll wheel integration, being able to do shopping scans and keeping track of all your gold has been really useful. Like a guild we can watch. Yes, Grace, it's kind of like that, isn't it? Oh, click the wrong thing there. There we go. Oh, and another blood. We're up to 17 bloods. Not quite as many as I'd maybe like, but that's at least getting us some more. I'm always kind of teeter on, although I haven't done any world quests in a while. That's another thing I could do to get some more bloods. I haven't spent much time playing the game in a long time actually, and I'd love to finish my quests. That's on my mental list of things to do. That can't be. Oh, that's the chaos crystals. That's why I don't want to. Oh, leylight shards. Don't want to disenchant those by mistake. Have you seen an increase in sales after the new raid came out? It's difficult to say with cooking because I hadn't done cooking really before the raid much. Enchants I've definitely seen. I think there's been a slight bump up in sales. Definitely, I had one night where I had a load of sales. Although saying that, I've not been able to keep on top of my stocks as much as I would have liked, which is why I'm doing all this now, is try and get on top of all my stock levels, because I wasn't quite prepared, and I've got quite a lot of leylight outstanding, and I wasn't able to, and I've just upped my numbers now to make more of everything. In fact, now that we've got enough leylight, I think restocking now might be a good idea, just to see if we can catch some sales. So if we go through to our enchanting queue, we need a whole load of arcana still. So I think if we do a whole load of ley shatters. Now, how many arcanas have we got? We've got 180 odd. I'm thinking I'm going to need to convert, well, at least 100 of that leylight into arcana. So I'll get 300 arcana, I think, on average from looking at that. We've had a 55k average sales in the last 7 days, and it usually stays around 25 to 30. Oh, okay, Roman, that's a good increase, isn't it? So that's almost double. To the fishing expert, I started a few minutes ago. Can I pick anything up to get this moving faster? I've just used the baubles. It's over to you, Grace, if you've got any answers for that one. I wonder if I haven't got a clue about fishing myself, but I'm sure there's probably some sort of fishing pole or quest you could probably pick up, a bit like the chef's hat for cooking. I'm sure there'll be something like that for fishing. I'm sure Legion will have introduced some mechanic to be able to level up fishing quite easily. Fishing is the patience man game. Yes, I think you do. I think that with cooking as well, actually. You do need to be quite patient and just let the random numbers flow. There we go. Thank you, Grace, for the help. You can get quests for poles and you can buy lures to add. Is there something you can do to make the lures? Is there like a different profession that makes lures, or is that something I'm just kind of guessing at now? Right, okay, we've got 100 leylight and 500 arcana. So let's see what we can make with our current lot of enchanting. Engineering makes a few lures, okay. You never did, but we'll see. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Right. What do we need? Let's get some hastes going. Looks like we're out of stock of those. And intellect. Let's get one of those claws. Drain soldier. I'm just doing a few odd ones to get the numbers up. I don't know if I've got enough stock to do everything. It's getting what I can made. Let's do another ancient priestess. Actually making ancient priestesses now, that's a first for a long time. I'm going to go through and leave myself with one each, and then I'll go through and make sure I can make everything else. This is proper restocking now. We're getting all our enchants well stocked up, hoping for some decent sales. We haven't got the sounds on in TSM 4 yet. So I don't know. I haven't got an audio cue when we get a sale. Sad that the very best fishing site is gone. Oh, really? L's Extreme Angling. There is a character in game that's L in Pandaria. Not sure if anyone's taken over that fishing help. Oh, okay, Grace. That's good to know. So it looks like we're missing a few bits here. Got some. Right, okay, so we need some more Arcana and some more Leylight. Okay, so we'll have to do another batch of bracers. But let's get all these on. Auctioning molluscules of fish into an actual fish. Molluscules of fish into an actual fish. Lol. Fishing at any level, as with other gathering professions in Legion, you can start fishing at level 1 and work your way up. Additionally, you won't have to fish up molecules of fish, and you won't have to mash those molecules together into a single fish. Catch a whole fish at any level. Okay. So that's from the Legion fishing guide. Okay, thanks, Oni. That's useful info. Right, let's do a post scan. Okay, so that's good. So, you know, there's definitely a path forward then with Legion fishing. So I reckon they probably made it fairly easy, hopefully, to get some skills up so you can at least catch up to the latest level. I'd like to do that with all my professions, with every profession, but I need to get some characters up first. But we'll get there. We'll get there. One thing at a time. And that thing is Enchanting. So my auctions, we've sold in the last hour. We've sold a lavender mage weave shirt, and we've sold a binding of agility and a binding of critical strike. So that's pretty good. But we still need to do another batch of bracers. So let's go back to the bracers and create another load. There we go. Oh, you can fish for ancient mana. Ah, that could be useful for the for Suramar, isn't it? How am I sitting at for ancient mana? I don't think I've got it on my list. Did have it. There we are. Where am I sitting at? 1,200 of ancient mana at the moment. I haven't got the fox mount. I need to do the withered quests. Withered training. I was just going to type that. I'm standing at the fishing pool. Brilliant. Thanks for your help, Grace. I think that's really useful, sharing your knowledge. So are you basically constantly fishing now? Are there good spots to fish, or is it anywhere in Legion, or do you need to do certain things? I guess it's like anything really, like the cooking in Nomi, it's scattered around a few places. So any of the good fishing outside Dalaran, you get a quest. Okay. Oh, is that that little island that you drop down outside of Dalaran? I've seen that as I've flown past it and wondered what that was for. I saw some fishing people there. Lots of areas with your pole. Oh, okay, brilliant, thanks. You can fish up all the pool at once. Okay. I'm gonna have to put that on my little mental checklist of things to do. Of fishing. Okay, that's pretty cool. Thank you for the info. You've got my mind. The Legion artifact pole. Okay. The pole allows you to walk on water. Ah. Now that could be useful. I could do that with levitate as a priest. And it turns you to a fish underwater. Ah, even better. Do you get increased travel speed with that as well? And obviously water breathing. Does that mean I'd have to get rid of my hydrocane? I've had that since vanilla. That's been my my water breathing device of choice for 13 years. I love my hydrocane. But I guess, yeah, being able to walk on water and be a fish would be a worthy upgrade to my hydrocane. I'd have to put it somewhere safe. I had the Underlight Angler, a step-by-step guide to obtaining Legion's fishing artifact. Ah, excellent, thank you, honey. That's going to be useful. I'm going to add that to my bookmarks of something else to learn amongst all the other million things I'm going to be learning. Brilliant, thank you. There we go. There we go, that's gone on to the list of things that Samadan needs to do once he's gotten his cooking up. And all the other professions and everything else about gold making. It's all good stuff. It's just fascinating. All the different things you can do. Right, cancel that. There we go. Right. So, another bag full. Let's get these. This shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Disenchanted. Hopefully get some decent bloods as well. Where are we at? 8. Is that 8 we got left? Oh yes, because obviously we used some in all those enchants. So we need to really need to restock on bloods. I really need to do some world quests. And I've got cooking quests to do, I've got Nomi to do, I've got the garrison to go to. You can see how easily it adds up. All these little gold making things that you can do actually add up to quite a lot of time. And obviously, as they say, time is money. So it's a question then of balancing out, okay, which ones are you going to bother doing the most? I mean, this, in its current state, Disenchanting, is taking quite a significant portion of my time. But then I also enjoy it, weirdly, so you know, you need to factor that in. But then could that time be better made, you know, doing something else with gold making if gold making's my main focus? Ah, you just got your Tailoring Emporium to level 3 and your follower to level 100. Okay. So does the Tailoring Emporium at level 3 produce more hexweave? Would be my question, because I haven't got mine at level 3, it's only at level 2. And does the follower level up just through doing work orders? Is that how they level up? Because I've not looked into my level of follower. allows more work orders. Okay, that's cool. More concurrent work orders. And the follower levels up. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Oni. So that's something I might need to look into doing my own garrison. Probably took 4 or 5 days to level. Okay. I haven't actually looked at the level mine's at. But I have been ticking through the work orders, so hopefully they'll have been just levelling up in the background. Seem to get quite a few hexweaves that way. And then I just, every now and again... Oh, there's another blood. You unlock 3rd level shots by doing work orders, so it'll sort itself out eventually. Okay, that's good to know. Because I looked at the inn level 3, and there's loads of quests I need to do for that one. And I really just didn't fancy that. But it might be something I need to bite the bullet and do, because then I get the increased garrison resources. Something we can do, if it ever works out, is having a garrison fishing raid. You can fish up lots of temp poles and buffs, as well as 2 riding mounts. You got both in one night. Ah! Okay. That's interesting. The follower at 100 increases the hexweave output. Oh, brilliant, Oni. Okay. I retract that statement. So yeah, there's definitely, I think I'd looked over and wasn't really looking forward to doing the garrisons with all the Legion stuff kind of superseding it. The I'm never doing the in statement. Yes, I think there's something you can do once you can get some extra garrison resource work orders, or hire someone, I think, that allows you to produce garrison resources faster. So I hear. So I think it might be worth looking into. I'm only going on hearsay at the moment. I haven't fully researched it myself yet. But yeah, I think getting the extra garrison resources would be useful, because then when the trader is up, you can buy what you need to buy with the garrison resources. I think for like sumptuous fur. Actually, let's have a look at what trader is actually up on EU at the moment. What day are we on? Saturday. Well, it's nearly Sunday. Dust trader today, and the fur traders tomorrow. Okay. So that's one to look out for tomorrow, is to get your sumptuous fur from your garrison if you're on EU, because then you could get sumptuous fur for a decent enough price from garrison resources, rather than having to buy it with actual gold, because then you could turn that into hexweave and turn the hexweave into bags, and the bags into profit, hopefully. And they sell quickly, which is good. Especially at this point of the expansion, where people are making alts and twinks and what have you, and everyone needs bag space. So yeah, I've definitely been converted to the understanding that getting a garrison up and getting hexweave bags going for a tailor is definitely worth doing. But yeah, I'm still daunted by the inn. I'm not sure about that. There's a lot of quests you need to do, and like anything, you could probably just chip through them. They're probably not too bad, but it's a question of, would you prefer to, is it fun, and would you prefer to do something else with your time? But that's something to save for a rainy day, perhaps. We'll see how we go with that. And currently, I want to finish the quests. Another blood, that's good. We're up to 10 now. I want to finish the quests in Legion first, because I hate having a quest log of uncompleted quests, and I absolutely hate abandoning quests. I've only done it a handful of times, and really prefer to finish a quest. That's kind of like the OCD in me. I'd much rather, you know, get those quests finished. So I think I'm going to take some time out from gold making at some point in the future to do finishing my quests. Nearly there on this disenchant run. Honestly, I'm kind of hyped about the new leveling thing they're doing next patch. Actually, Trico, that's me too. I'm looking forward to taking some of my alts, which have, you know, only leveled sort of like 10 or 20, and just running them through content that I've missed and seeing how it goes. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it as well. Right. Bags resorted and emptied. And enchants back. Oh, we need some ley shatter. Let's do another load of those. Need to make sure we leave some ley light for our queue. How much do we need? Let's go for 100 Arcana. I think that should keep us for the moment. I've still got loads of silkweave that I need to convert though. So we're nowhere nearly depleting my stocks of silkweave. But I want to get these enchants on first. And then I might go off and do some other errands like Nomi and what have you. Right, that should be enough for now. Let's see if we've got enough to make everything. Tailoring, not tailoring, enchanting. So, binding of haste, binding of mastery, versatility. Nope, what are we missing on versatility? More arcana. Ley light we can do. So we need another 23 arcana. So let's switch to the regular one. Ley shatter. So that's going to be the 10, just take us down to about 50 ley light. Should be about enough. And then we can make that last enchant 50. There we go, that should be enough. And then we can make this last one. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, thank you for sticking by, Ramu. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you sleep well and have a lovely evening, and I hope to see you soon. Right, post scan, get everything on. There we go. Ooh, now there's an error that I need to check on. Not an error so much, is my maximum post scan, I think, is 6. Let's just check that. So even though my group operation is, let's have a look, cloaks, group operations, my sell enchants, did I reload UI? I haven't yet. Don't think I've had a crash, so I haven't reloaded yet. Unless there's a new thing on it that I need to reload it for. What I'm looking for here is I've set my post cap. So even though I've set my crafting cap to up to 6 for some things, I hadn't adjusted my post cap, which now needs to be 6. Which means now when I do a post scan, I can get more of my auctions on. Actually no. Maximum has been reached. Binding of haste. How many have I got on then? Says I've got 6. Where have we got? TSM accounting. So I've got 6. I've got 2 in the bags and 4 on the auction house. I think a reload's probably needed now. So I've done the post cap now. I'll just double check that everything's using the sell enchants group. double check on that, because that might be where my error lies. Or it could be just a case of needing to reload. Let's have a look. Right, let's go back on, do a post scan. We're hoping to get 6 rings on, which should keep me in much better stock position than I was before. Hopefully. And none of my fellow enchanters are on. Even though it's quite late, it's coming up for midnight, so I imagine a lot of the... Do people raid on a Saturday? I'm expecting them to. Versatility has got maximum amount. Hi Emery, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you yourself? Hope you're having a great evening. Right, critical strike is... Got 1 in the bags. I've got 5. 4 in the auction house. Oh, thank you, Emery, for the host. That's very kind of you. You just finished raiding. Okay. 11 of 11 on normal. Well done. Excellent. I'm glad you managed to get the full set done. I've not even gone anywhere near that myself, so props off to you for doing that. How was it? Was it enjoyable? That's the main thing I'd ask. Yeah, my rings aren't posting. I wonder if I've got a separate operation. Let's have a look. So, rings, group operations, sell enchants. Okay. I'm making 6. Auctioning, settings, post. Ah, the post cap was 4 there. I'm sure I just changed that. Maybe I just didn't press enter. Let's have another look. There we go. Definitely was. Perhaps a little too easy, but heroic would be better suited. Well, that's fine, you know, because you've used normal to just... Oh, there we go. Some 2 masteries have sold and an agility sold just then. Didn't get the audio notification, but there we go. Should tell you in chat if something weird is going on. Yes, I was looking at the info here. It said maximum amount already posted, so that was my clue that something was that it was thinking that I'd had the maximum amount, even though I was looking in here and it was saying I had 4 on the auction house and 2 in my bags. But there we go. I hadn't set the 4 from 4 to 6. So now we can post these on. There we go. Excellent. Use normal to hear the story and see the setting and see the ending cinematic. Yes, absolutely, Emery. I think that's a good way to sort of casually do it, and I think that's where I'm gonna do myself. So I'm gonna probably do it on LFR, I imagine. Kind of later on at some point, amongst my other list of millions of other things to do. But yes, definitely. I'd love to see the cinematic and follow the storyline to completion. It's definitely would be nice to see. Right. So with those sales, let's have a look what sold. My auctions. Yeah, so the same person's come along and bought 2 rings and an agility. And so I'm looking at potentially having to restock on those. Let's see if those have come through. So we're going for cloaks next, rings, stones and relics. Add to queue. Yep, so we've got a critical strike, 2 masteries and 2 agilities for another 5,600 profit, of which we need mainly Arcana. So we can switch over to the regular lay shatter. Ooh, running low on lay shatter again, even after all those silkweed braces. It's amazing how quickly you use up your materials. And I'm on a low pop server. You know, imagine what it's like on the high pop server. I think selling bags in groups of 4 would be better than 1 at a time. That's an interesting one, Trico. I haven't tried it. I think you'd probably get minimal return on them, because I know people will probably buy 4 up in one go, but I think they, because it's only 4, I think they'd be just as quick just to go, oh, I'll just grab those 4 and be done with it. So my initial thoughts is probably not worth it, but like anything, I would say give it a go and see what happens. Maybe put the price a bit higher, you know, because the gumdrops always suggest that is you don't have to always be the lowest if you're making a convenient stack. So you could always price it a little bit higher and see if you can get some extra gold that way. But yeah, try it out and see how it goes. For me, I never have 4 bags at once, because I always just have enough hexweave to make 1, and then as soon as I've made it, off it goes onto the auction house. So I don't sort of have enough to try 4 at once. But it'd be interesting to see what your results are with that. Right, okay. Crafting, yes, we were on crafting. Wanted to make that enchant neck cloak. There we go. So let's do another post scan. Posting at your current price. Give it a try next time you get a chance and tell me the results. Excellent, thanks Rico. That'll be interesting to see what the results are. Right. For now, I'm done with enchants. I've got my new stock levels up. I've got my bracer shuffles done enough to this restock. I'm going to have to do it again though, because I haven't got enough. Let's switch over to tailoring, because we've got our daily cooldown of hexweave cloth, not in groups, professions, of which I need sumptuous fur, which is in the guild bank. So let's swap over from enchanting mode to tailoring mode. So let's take this lot out. The things we're gonna don't need. Let's take the fur. We need that, and we need some Gorgon fly trap. Let's take that. Well, there's some more fur there. Probably don't need to worry about anything else. Isn't there smart crafts in Tears form? There is smart crafts, but it's currently not working. So you do need to do it. You do need to remind yourself. I have got smart crafts, but it's currently, as far as I know, not working. It's one yet to be implemented. So I'll wait until I get the sort of the nod from Gumdrops when that's working, or Sappy when he releases the next version. But at the moment I just have to remember it. But as it is just hexweave cloth and occasionally temporal crystals I do, that's kind of enough for me at the moment. How much hexweave have I got at the moment? I'm at 67, so I reckon a trip to the garrison soon. But first, we added all those shirts on, didn't we? So let's clear the queue. I thought that might happen. That's happened a few times. As soon as you hit clear the queue, pressed clear queue. Okay, click done. Do a / reload. Oh, said a buyer has been found. I saw that in chat. What was that we missed out on? There was a sale there somewhere. What was it? Oh no, we missed it because we reloaded. Ooh, fishing to 100. Wow, you get to use shiny baubles now. Oh, excellent, Ollie. That didn't take you too long. Oh, and my auction of mooncloth robe has expired. Okay, right. First off, tailoring. Let's do one thing at a time. Be back later if I'm able to. Late to continue watching. Have a great rest of the stream. Oh, thank you, Oni. Thank you ever so much for stopping by and for the sub. That's very kind of you. So have a great time, and I'll hopefully catch you later. I'm probably not going to be on much longer myself because it's quite late here, but I'm sure I'm going to try and be on tomorrow for some time. So hopefully catch you then. Right. So we're going to look at tailoring, and we're going to go for pretty clothes that sell. Add to queue. Oh, look at all this. Where am I from? I'm from the UK here, Trico. The sunny south of England. So it's currently just chimed midnight for me, so a bit of a late one. So we got loads of things here now. So I'd like to, I think, use the gathering add-on for this. I'm going to need this. Right, so what do we need? We need to buy some dye. We need stuff from the vendor. We need some intermediate crafts. And we need some woolen cloth, some frost weave, and some linen cloth. Okay, I'm sure I had some linen cloth, but maybe not enough. Okay, intermediate crafting, does that work? I'm not sure it does. Craft next, let's see if it works. No. Don't think these were working. I'm not getting any notifications in the chat.
Hello.
What have I got here? Hey, Panda. Open my profession window. My profession window's down here. Into crafting. There we go. Then click on the craft next. Okay, thank you very much. Let's have a look. Let's close my bank.
Safe travels.
So click on that. I'm not getting a craft next at the moment. I'm thinking I haven't got any woolen cloth. Let's have a look at what we've got. Then it's a TSM 4 bug. I think it is. I don't think gathering is fully implemented yet. I remember them saying on the forums it wasn't quite ready. So I remember using it in TSM 3. I also appear to be stuck now. That's probably because I was on the search. Okay. Hey Eshnikov, thanks for stopping by. It's the only change from TSM 3 for the UI. No, there's a lot of stuff they've done under the hood as well. Things like arranging, oops, not wrong group, arranging the groups and making it faster when it's reloading, and adding a few more sort of keywords you can use for special operations. So they've done quite a lot of stuff underneath. So the user interface is just one small part of that. It's got a complete rewrite basically. So we're still ironing out some bugs from the looks of things. So hopefully those will come through in time. I'm just having a look now, see if I've actually got any of these things that I might need. We have some frost weave cloth. So let's get my bags. And where was that frost weave? We've got embrued frost weave. I want the actual regular frost weave. Let's take that for now as well, just in case we need it. What else did we need? Woolen cloth. W-O... there we go. We've got some wool cloth. I'm going to need some of that. And linen. We got some linen cloth. Need some of that. Do we have any bolts of either of those? Mage weave we're not going to need. Silk cloth, no. Okay.
See you later.
There we go. That should be fine. Pretty tired from all your raiding for 5 hours. 5 hours straight. Wow, that's some hardcore stuff there, Emery. Have a great sleep. Hope you do well. Hope you get some good rest, and hopefully catch you again soon. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. Right, we are going to make... There's my crafting window. Okay, let's make some of these intermediate crafts. Bolt. Bolt of woolen cloth. Let's craft all. Make these whilst we're here. Seeing as we have them. How many do we need? We need 6. So we'll just watch the gathering window as this happens. And then cancel when it's done. There we go. And linen cloth. Do we have bolt of linen cloth here to be in my list? Oh, yes it is. Right underneath. Craft all. Okay, so we need 9 of these as well. So let's get these. This is basically, we're going to get a whole lot of shirts out of this. So it's going to be interesting to see whether any of these sell. These are all kind of like all the low-end tailoring ones, but people do appear to like them. So interesting to see how this goes. And bolt of frost weave. Let's make... need 16 of these. Looks like I've hopefully got enough frost weave for it all. And then we're going to have to go to the vendor and we're going to have to buy a load of dye. And then we may have to buy some stuff from the auction house. I'll have a look at what the gatherer says we need next. Luckily I've got a lot of this stuff in my bags and bank. Otherwise I'd have to buy some more of it on the auction house. This is more of a test. I've added all the shirts in and we're going to test to see which ones sell over the next... now I'm missing some frost weave. That's a shame. Okay. Let's have a look on the auction house. How much... Spirits are a very good seller on your server. High pop, okay. You must buy them for the achievement. Oh, shirts, sorry, I misread that. Shirts are a good seller. Is there an achievement for the shirts? Didn't even know there was one. Ash. That's a good one. Do you have to like wear every shirt? Is that the achievement? But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. I've sold a few of the shirts. The rich purple silk one certainly sells. So let's look for a search just for frostweave and see what's coming out. Actually, no. Yeah, let's do it this way. I was going to do a crafting search, but I'm thinking actually let's just have a look at everything that's open. So frostweave cloth itself is looking quite pricey, and frostweave tunic, there's one there at 49%, whereas the bolt of frostweave is coming in at 16%. Now a bolt of frostweave, how many does that take? Where were we? Bolt. A bolt of frostweave. You get a title after you complete the fashionista achievement for each gear slot. Ah, okay. So I could see why people would want to do that. Especially the transmog collectors, wouldn't they? Okay. So I can see why there would be a demand there. It helps to understand the market and the mindset of the sort of person who's going to buy stuff. Ooh, someone's just bought 2 hastes and a claw and an intellect. Just seen pop up in chat there. Right, so I think... Can't quite see from my profession there. Let's do it here. Bolt. Move that out to the side. Bolt of Frostweave takes 5. Okay, to make 1. So that auction we had, Bolt of Frostweave for 5 gold rather than 194 is definitely cheaper. And there's 3 stacks of 200 at 5 gold. I'm gonna just take a punt at those and buy all 3? Yes, I think I will. So that's given me a supply of Frostweave. So let's go back to our gathering. We need to visit the mailbox. And there's some expired auctions in there as well. We got a couple of sales. We got the lavender mageweave shirt sold. And then my 2 mooncloth robes have expired. So I'll need to get those back on. But as we're doing all the tailoring at the moment, now's a good time. Right, let's go visit our favourite tailoring dealer. The buyer's been found for Enchanting Binding of Haste. Well, there's definitely been some good sales coming through tonight. A bit like Emery, I guess. Emery's just finished his raid. So I'm imagining the raiders, those that have gotten some gear, are now looking to upgrade it. At least that's what I'm hoping. Right, I always like to go under this tunnel when I fly to the tailor. Right, tailoring supplies.
Step on up.
What do we need? 5 ender items. There we go. Done. That was easy.
Have a good.
So back into our tailoring crafting window. Let's make all this stuff. So we've got shirts galore. Let's make them all. Red linen shirt. Now we're not going to destroy these, TSM destroying. I'll take you off the list once I've made them all. Definitely do not want to be destroying these, we want to be selling these. Ooh, stylish red shirt takes a little while. I've never collected any of these appearances myself, so maybe one day I'll make them for myself and just collect the appearances. I'm always loath to do that though, because I'd rather sell them for money at the moment. They're not massive sellers. It's saying a good couple of thousand, 2,000 to 3,000 profit. So I'm thinking there's no harm in at least making 1 each of each and seeing what sells. And then we can go from there and then decide to restock or not. It's always nice to find new markets, and this sounds like it could be just another string to add to the bow, as they say. Right, lumberjack shirt, green lumberjack shirt, rustic workman shirt, and the last one's the green workman shirt. Okay, they're all made. Now to get rid of these from the queue, we need to shift left click to ignore it permanently. Let's shift left click all of these so we don't get those included in our destroying. Now we can head back to our auction house. Ooh, whilst I'm here I was going to pick up the cooking quest. No, let's focus. Let's not go squirrel moment just yet. We're going to get the auctions on. I know I could have gone to the auction house that's closer, but I don't like using it. much prefer the Dwarven District one. It's just calmer, less hectic. That suits my style completely. Right, okay, so auctioning. Deselect all. Going over to tailoring. Are pretty close that sell. Post scan. So this should be our mooncloth robes that we had, and it should be all our shirts, and we can have a look and see what these kind of sell for. The mooncloth robe, you can see there, it's about selling for 6,000 gold. That's a definite winner in my eyes, even though I don't sell very many of them. These other ones, obviously they're not particularly high prices, so therefore not particularly high profits, but they will all add up if they sell regularly, and it's not costing me that much. I mean, some of these are into the sort of like 399 to 23 mark. These other ones probably aren't worth it, but I'm willing to give them a go. You know, sales are sales in my eyes, and they'll all add up, even the small ones. So let's put all these shirts on and see how they perform, and then we can review it later on in the month and go, okay, which of these have sold, which of them haven't sold, and then either add them or take them off from the list. With those sales of the enchants, we may need to make a few more. Let's just quickly check our groups. Go for cloaks, necks, rings, tomes and relics. Yeah, we need 3 hastes, 3 intellects, and 1 mark of the claw, and therefore we need a load of... Ooh, we're out of blood of Sargeras as well. Eek. This is a problem. Okay, I'm gonna leave those for now. I'm gonna have to remember to do bloods in my next phase. So, but the next thing I wanted to do was those cooking dailies, as we're here. And then we can go over to Nomi and do pick up what we need there. We need to go to the garrisons. Whilst we're in Dalaran, we need to go check the world quests. There's still a few routine things to do, but it's all adding to our gold making. Penny's pumpkin pancakes. Okay, that's an easy one. That's up here, isn't it? Done this one before. We just need to pick up some pumpkins and then head back. Now I'm wishing I'd picked that up before going over to the Dwarven District. Oh well. Not a problem. Right, where's the pumpkin patch? Down here. Pick up 6 of these. It's all pretty easy. Change of course. This is worth it for the Epicureans. I haven't done a cooking batch of restocks actually. That's a good point. Another one to add to the list. I almost need a list written down somewhere of everything, like my dailies, my daily gold making routine. It kind of depends on how much time I have. If in the morning I don't have a lot of time at all, my bare minimum I would do would be to cancel my enchanting auctions and put them back on. Where am I? Oh, I've gone too far. Oh, I need to go back for that first. I thought I was going to the auction house then. So yeah, my bare minimum would be to take my enchants off and put them back on. If I have a bit more time, then I'll restock on my enchants. If I have a bit more time, I'll do a quick shopping scan and then kind of like level it up from then. Hey, we got 10 cooking awards. Excellent. Right. Okay, so that's that done. Where are we at? So we're potentially looking at doing cooking, but we're going to go over to Nomi next. So let's go head over to Dalaran. and have a look at what we need to do next. And then look what world quests are up, see if there's any good Bloods quests, because those could be easy wins. And we could do with some extra order hall resources, because I've run out of those, because I've not been doing any world quests for ages. There we go, we flew straight in. Right, work orders, what do we get? Didn't see any recipes come in then. We got fatty bear steak, prepared ingredients and some slightly burnt food, but we did get one set of Nomi snacks. How are we doing on work orders? Still got quite a few. So let's use my Nomi snacks to complete a load of those and see what we get. Slightly burnt food. Oh, we've got a couple of recipes. What did we pick up? We've got rank 2 Barracuda Murgla. We'll learn that. And recipe rank 3 of dried mackerel strips. Excellent. And do we pick up anything else? Lean shank, prepared ingredients, slice of bacon. Okay, a few good things there. I don't have a lot of... I didn't bring any of my cooking stuff with me to make some more work orders. What can I use? I might be able to take some straight from my bank, which is useful. So we've got one... Which could we do with? Hearty Feast, I think, would be a useful one. Bear Tartar 3s, definitely. Yeah, any of these would be useful. Let's try some wildfowl eggs. They're quite cheap. Any other work orders? We've got space for fatty bear steak. No, we used up all our work order slots. Okay, that's enough for now anyway. Those are ticking through. Got our hex weave there, we've got Cautious Air, we've got the Arcana. Right, okay. Map. What have we got world quest wise? Now there's a good Bloods one. Enchant Cloak Word of Agility for 10 Bloods. And then we've got a Bacon quest over there. So let's definitely do that. Enchant Cloak Word of Agility is pretty easy. Go to my professions. Probably got what I need. Cloak Word of Agility. What are we missing? Some Leylight shards. Okay, we need to make some Leylight shards. Let's do... Go to the regular UI. Let's do Silkweed Bracers. What do we need? At least 10 of these, I think. 2, 3... This is where having a good stock of Leylight is more useful. So I'd rather... No, I need to spend some time going through and doing all my bracers. I've already spent quite a lot of time tonight doing that, so I'm going to leave doing too many for the moment. Unless I really need to. But we've got enough for now. And so those are done. Check my bags. And let's do a quick disenchant of all of these. And then hopefully that'll be enough to get our bracer, which will then be enough to get our 10 Bloods, which would be very useful, and a few order hall resources to boot. Then we can go and get some bacon, and then we could probably do with going over to our garrison, and then we could make a hexweave bag, and then we could put that on the auction house for another kind of 1,700 profit roughly, which will sell quite quickly. That's definitely worth doing. So back to enchanting, and What was the quest? The quest was... There we go. World quest, tracker, word of agility. That's the cloak, word of agility. Ah, missing one. We needed 12. Oh dear. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and an error. Okay. We switched from enchanting to tailoring with crafting window still active. Done. Okay, close that down, do a /reload, and then we can go and do one more bracer. Maybe let's do a couple of bracers, just for completeness. And then we can get back on track. Right. I don't want TSM destroying at the moment. What we do want is silkweave bracers. Go to the regular UI, silkweave bracers, create all. Let's make a few. Oh, I've got some up here that I didn't disenchant. That'll do it. Didn't realise I hadn't gotten them all. Go for that one. Just got to double check that I'm doing the correct ones. I don't want to disenchant the wrong thing. Check twice, do once, as they say. Right. There's a few more ley lights. And now we can go to enchanting. And now we can do our cloak. Word of agility. Double check. World quest, word of agility. And then we can craft that. Let's just add that to queue, because then it will automatically stick it on a vellum. There we go. But that's done. Now we need to pop on Griffin. Let's get a flight path for it. It'll be easier to relax with a flight, and I can stretch my legs. Right, so bracer down here, is it? No. Where was that quest? Pretty sure it was down there. Let's just have a double check of the map. What was this one? There we go, work all the word of agility. Valshara. Yes, it's hidden underneath that. It's hidden underneath the owl nuts one. Well, I couldn't see it. Alright, so we're going to get a little flight over there. I'm going to stretch my legs for a couple of minutes and then she'll come back. Right, we're back. Oh, just in time. Perfect timing.
So many acorns.
Right, work order will be you over here.
But could you relocate?
And word of agility.
While you're at it,
Continue. 10 bloods. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And now bacon. Now I could go and do this one, but sometimes it's not worth it for just one. Bacon for 10 is definitely worth it. Where is the bacon? It's over there, next to that flight path. Okay, we can do that. Where's my flight path gone? Over here. So bacon is down here. We'll take a quick ride over here. So now we're going to pick up some bacon, just because, you know, it's something to do. You can stock it up quite quickly doing that quest. And a buyer has been found for a Binding of Critical Strike, so we're definitely selling some enchants here. Oh, and someone's just bought a Binding of Agility as well. So I really do need to stock up on my enchant stuff, so I'm going to have to do another batch of Silkweed Braces, definitely. From looking at this, we're having some really good sales tonight. Steady sales, so definitely going to have to restock on those. But I'm going to get do the other bits and pieces of my regular stuff. We need to go to Old Dalaran. I forgot to do that for another cooking daily, and we need to go to the garrison to pick up all my regular bits. See if Dorothy 2's there. Collect up all our Gorgon Flytrap. Oh, now that it's gone past midnight, I wonder if the trader changes. I'm not sure at what point in the day they change traders, but apparently it should be the Sumptuous Fur Trader now, the EU. So that's going to be one to check out. And then we can pick up all our work orders for tailoring. That'll be the next thing, and then we're done with the garrisons. Then we can make a hexweave bag and we can put that on for our profits. So we're ticking through quite nicely at the moment. Sometimes it's good to, if you've got a good chunk of time, like a couple of hours, to go through and do all these kind of restock gold making things. Otherwise you end up sort of like falling behind yourself, and I found that last week. I didn't have enough time, certainly not in the mornings, to be able to restock on my enchants, and therefore I've missed out on potential sales. So it'd be nice to have some good stock in the bank so that I can make these sales, because I definitely think the raid has picked up sales for enchants, certainly. Food, not as much, but certainly a little bit. Alright, slab of bacon comes from something straight here. Is it up or is it down, I wonder? Let's go in a straight line and see what we encounter. It says it's 1,000 feet away. It's getting more. Okay, that's because we're tracking in the wrong one. There we go. Oh dear. Right, back we go. Going the wrong direction. Never a good idea. Okay, we need to go north, not south. Okay, what did we need to kill for our bacon? There we go. A well-fed muskin. That should be easy enough. Ouch. Should have saved my stun for that. There we go. Easy enough. There we go. Slab of bacon. Large leg bone. And another 250 order resources. Very useful. So we're up to 14 bloods now. That's quite decent. Okay, let's head on over to the garrison. And what can we have here, I wonder? Well, the usual things. Let's check for Dorothy 2 on our way outside, and then let's check, see which kind of trader we've got. And we have, oh, someone new in charge of the dust trader. Okay. Ah, now dust trader was on my list. That was different, I'm sure. Dust has been high in demand of my trading route now. I would like to restock my supply. Would you be willing to trade 50 Drainic dust? I would, but I don't have it all on me. It's in the bank. Sorry. I do have some. Is it worth me going back and getting some? Maybe. So was that the trader that was in my spreadsheet, or am I looking for somewhere different, I wonder? I'm going to look over at my trading post, because I think that's what I really wanted to look at, because it's for the garrison resources when they're worth 16. So looking at this one, Sumptuous Fur is 20, and the others are 40. I thought they were normally 16. This one's 16 for those bits. Maybe not. Maybe need to wait for, like, is it 7 in the morning when quests reset? That might be the way forward. I'll check again later tomorrow. Well, later this morning. I think that will be the way forward. But we can do the other things whilst we're here. I'm still learning about the garrison and how to make the most out of it. But what I've got so far definitely seems to be working, just ticking over those hexweave bags. And then when I've got that primal spirit conversion spell, then I can up the ante a little bit more. I was also going to look at upping the level of my Tailoring Emporium to 3. We'll also have a look at that. See what kind of output we get with increased work orders. And the follower level. I haven't checked my follower level. That's another thing to do. Not sure how I can do that. Probably through the plans. And working more orders has earned me extra XP. And we got 48 hexweave cloth out of that. That's cool. So let's make a whole load more. And then we can go check back in our garrison to see whether we can upgrade. Check our follower level. Well, first we need, where we got Tailoring Emporium. So we need, don't have the plans, that's fine. Now Ingrid, who's working the Tailoring Emporium, is level 100. So that's good. What's my herb person? Where's my herb garden? Yonan's at level 100 as well. So those are both good. We need the plans for Tailoring Emporium level 3. Don't see it yet. Tailoring Emporium level 3. There we go. 1,000 gold. So that's Tailoring Emporium upgrade. Oh, I just bought that. Oh no, you got to learn it. That's it. Where did I put them? Will be in my newly acquired thing somewhere. Plans. My old eyes can't see it. There we go. On this action. There we go. Right. And now we can upgrade to level 3. Is it worth doing the herb garden as well? You get a fruit tree that grants food buffs. Also allows 21 work orders. That could be useful. Might be worth doing. We'll leave it for now. Right, okay. Is that everything I want to do in my garrison for now? I was going to check something else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, we're going to do the Draenic seeds, which I haven't got. I'm going to leave that for now. Let's go. We can do Dalaran. So let's head back to Dalaran, and we were going to do something in Dalaran, which I've now forgotten what I was going to do. Oh yes, we're going to go to Old Dalaran to do the other cooking daily. Now, I was given some information as the way I was going before was the slow way. So let's see if we can get there quicker. Now I understand it's in the shrine. Someone said about going through the Veil of Eternal Blossoms and then upstairs and to the left. I seem to remember they said Shrine of the Seven Stars. Never really been in here. Let's have a look. There's some stairs. We go up here. I've never been here, so I don't know where I'm going. Path of Serenity. Oh, then we've got some things here. Imperial Exchange, Ironforge, Stormwind, Darnassus, Exodar, Dalaran. That one also Dalaran? No, that's Shatrath. Okay, this is quite a nice place. Oh, and we've sold Agility and Hidden Satyr. Got to get back and do some restocks. We're selling stuff, and I don't want to be out of stock. Ah, that was quick. Cool. Right. Cooking dailies. Let's get my bearings. Where am I facing? I need to go down here. Into the Alliance kitchen. And we have... what have we got? Cheese. So we need... collect cheese, which is on the shelf at one more glass in Central Dalaran, and then the wine glasses in tables. Okay, I've done this one before. Bit of a pain, to be honest. I couldn't find one more glass. And wine glasses, like that one we needed. Are any more? Any upstairs? Quick look. Oh, stuck. I don't see any. Oh, there's some. Okay, let's get the wine. And any more outside? No. Right, I've got to remember where one more glass was. In Central Dalaran. Curiosities, Threads of Fate. Same one you had the other day. One more glass next to the barber shop. Yes, thank you, Ash. It was you that guided me last time, wasn't it? One more glass. Barber shop. There we go. Barber shop. One more glass. Lovely. Thank you, Ash. Thank you. And the cheese was down here. That was it. Awesome. Oh no, that was a glass. That was a glass. The cheese is. Cheese was over here somewhere, wasn't it? We have to buy it from him, do we? cheese, empty cheese platter, wine cheese. Which is on the shelf at one more glass. Oh, there it is, standing right next to it. Oh no, that's a glass. Shelf. Where's the shelf? Ah. Outside, of course. Now I'm with it. Have we got enough wine glasses? Wine and cheese platter. There we go. Awesome. That was slightly quicker than the last time, wasn't it? At the other side of the city. Thank you, Ash. There we go. We're learning. We're learning. We're getting quicker, which is always a bonus. Right. Who wanted the... Who did? There we are. Cheese. Small spice bag. Open the bag. There we go. Awesome. Much quicker. There you go. This old dog can learn new tricks. Slowly. Right. Done. So how are we doing for Epicureans? We're up to 11. 10th of the way there. Bags. Next weave. I think we need to head back to the auction house. And we need to get ourselves set up for making... What do we need? We need some more enchants. We haven't done the cooking restocks. And we haven't done a whole load of new braces. And we haven't done the hexweave bag. Any rubbish I can sell from my bags. It's the large leg bone and the badly burnt food. We don't need. And then we can go tailoring. We need a hexweave bag. Hexweave bag. Add to queue. Make a hexweave bag. Couple of thousand profit. And put that straight on, I think. That'll be down in my bags group. Post scan. Should be quite quick. Should be quite quick. A little laggy. It was so quick earlier. I think I'm maybe actually running out of memory on my computer. As I've been running for, a couple of hours, it starts to go a bit sluggish. Hexweave bag. Current price is 2,100. It's not too bad. Profits at 1,925. Crafting cost is at 220, so good profit. And we've sold 7. Haven't made one in 6 days, so definitely need to get back on the... I think without the crafting cooldown reminding me, I've been missing a couple of them, which is why I've not had it all the time. One of our sales came in. I'm just going to leave that for the other sales to come through. Got quite a few other sales coming through. So I think let's head over to a quiet corner and make some braces. Got kind of could do with getting rid of some of this stuff from the bag. Yeah, let's do that whilst we're near the bank. Let's just clear some space. A smile on your face and make some silk braces. Ooh, that's got loads of stuff. See, this is how messy my bags are getting. Right, okay, mackerel. And ingredients we can't do, that we can do, that we can do. Let's get all these old world tailoring things off. We don't need those for now. Loads of those. And what else have we got? Oh, that's soulbound. Oh, I forgot to do the Draenix seeds. Big gamey ribs, linen, sumptuous. Keep the silk. Northern spices we can get rid of, keep that. Need that. Is that all we've got left? 447 chaos crystals. That's looking quite low. Black barracuda we can get rid of. Gorgon fly trap we don't need now. We're just doing tailoring. Old spices and the slightly burnt food we'll keep. Need to vendor that. Okay, that'll do. Let's go to a regular bank, see if there's any room for some of this soulbound stuff. Let's move my windows a little bit. Can't quite grab that one. There we are. Move this one over here. So we want to put some old spices away. Let's put the slightly burnt food away. Sumptuous fur. Drainic seeds and primal spirit. And prepared ingredients. That leaves us with just the things we like. Let's. I haven't done this in a long time. Let's move my hydrocane. Oops, we don't need the options. I haven't done anything underwater for so long. I'm going to actually retire, semi-retire my hydrocane for a little while because it's using up a slot. I'll keep all my other hearthstones. Ooh, there's some recipe scraps. I'm going to save those up for later, and then hopefully I'll use them to combine 10. Ooh, it just says unique 10. Does that mean I can't have any more than 10? I think I better use that up to gain an extra recipe. There we go, fish balls special. Excellent. Didn't realise that was unique because that might have stopped me from getting some more. Right. Nice empty load of bags. So we can go to tailoring and we can make some braces. We've got enough to make 262. Don't think I'm going to make that many just yet. I'll make a few. I'll make at least one whole batch to get myself back in stock with the enchants. So there we go, we're doing alright so far this evening. How's everyone else's evening doing? I hope you're doing okay. Made some gold at least whilst I've been rabbiting on or playing WoW yourself. Let me know what you're up to, and then whilst I'm making braces. This is the slightly even more quieter version of my stream, where I do something that's more repetitive, like making braces, but hopefully it's still entertaining for some people. I know I seem to do the same sort of thing now, but I'm also doing the same thing and trying to expand out at the same time, and learning a few things as well, like where to find cheese and where the barber shop is in Old Dalaran. Those sorts of things. But with repetition, you know, I'm learning, and you know, I'm learning what's useful and what's not. So there's always something interesting to do in WoW, even when it's making gold with all the different ways. You know, I'm looking forward to getting the cooking up. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to, getting some more recipes for that. And then we discussed fishing earlier. That seems like it's going to be a good one. I'd like to collect some of my old tailoring recipes, and maybe even some of the old cooking recipes for completeness. I'm sure I could probably get a few more tailoring ones done, because there's the whole Pandaria stuff. I hear the PvP tailor crafted stuff is quite good. Haven't looked at that at all, so I could do with going back and learning those. It's got a few non-rank 3s there. Lightweave Breeches is only at rank 1. Not that I don't think that sells much. I've never made a Knight's Dichotomy because I haven't done any mythic quests, mythic dungeons. So that's another thing I'd like to do, because that sells for quite a lot apparently. Although now with the last raid out, I'm not sure as a legendary how much it stacks up against the others. Although it isn't it eye level 1000 now? So that's that might be worth some money to some people. Really ought to finish that. And then there's the Emerald Dream raid, which I still haven't got the rank 3s for my 3 enchants that need them. Need to go back and do that. Well, try and do that once a week really. The thing with those raids is you need to have a little block of time to be able to do them, and sometimes, you know, on a night like tonight when I've got more time, I can do it. But I've been concentrating on restocking at the moment because of the raid coming out. Because the raids come out, I now, you know, I really want to restock on all my enchanting core profession, because that's where I'm making my most gold. So the Emerald Dream rank 3s are a nice to have, because I'm still making a profit with them as they are. For completeness, I'd definitely like to collect the rank 3s. Maybe a few of these other ones. Yeah, I haven't got a lot of the tailoring imbued silkweave. Not that that makes a lot of profit, but still would be useful to pick those up. And then I've got all my old world ones. Don't know if any of these are particularly rare or not. I think the rich purple silk shirt is relatively uncommon. Ah, thank you, the big bad bunnies, for the follow. That's very kind of you to keep an eye on what I'm up to. Alright, I think we're done on this batch. Let's just reset my bags so that we've got a nice neat row to go through. Just trying to get into cooking yourself as well, but TSM doesn't seem to handle the crafting the higher tiered foods very well because of all the intermediate crafting required, unless you're missing something. Now that's a good point actually, Ash, because are you using TSM 4? I haven't. I've set up some groups as a basic crafting setup. Excuse me, but I haven't made any of the feasts. I don't think I'm really ranked high enough to get a profit out of them. Perhaps what I'd suggest is maybe do them in stages and set up a group to do all the intermediate ones first and get yourself a stock of those, and then see if you can do a group for just the feasts and restock those after you've done all the intermediate ones. I haven't fully calculated myself all the ones I need. I haven't quite gotten enough. I don't think I'm at the profit stage. Let's have a look. For Lavish Suramar, actually Azari Salad's alright. Lavish Suramar is currently at rank 2, only showing a 75 gold profit, so I don't think I'm quite there yet in the profit margins. Hi Alpha, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. So I think, yeah, definitely from looking at my profits, I need to make sure I'm making salads, which I think I've got a good stock of. I don't think they're selling as much. I'd have to double check what I've got on the auction house. I'm pretty sure I've got some on. And all the other things I've got a few of, which, you know, the bear tartare has occasionally sold. Not always though. And the others I don't think are quite enough profit based on the prices I've gotten the ingredients for, and combined with the rank that I've got them at. So, because looking at that, even with rank 3 Drogbar style salmon, it's not really making any profit. Suramar Surf and Turf at 20 gold is quite nice, but I think I've already gotten a load on there. Yours is only 75 gold at rank 3. Which is that for? For the lavish feast? The hearty feast here is looking at minus 140, so that's not good. The other thing to check, Ash, is to check your material prices for everything in cooking. Because I found TSM using the default slightly overestimated all my material costs. So I've changed all my material costs for all the ingredients for cooking to average by, and I've made sure I've turned on smart averages. So that way it's given me an accurate representation of just the ingredients I've bought off the auction house at the sort of like the recent average price. So that might be worth double checking on your TSM, which is in the, you go into your, close that window down, let's close my bags down as well. If you go into your, ooh, now where will it be? I think it might be in crafting actually. Crafting, no. Reports, professions, groups, no. Gathering, no, it's not in there. Double check here. Where have they moved it to? Groups, operations, import, export, settings. Where were the materials prices? I know it's in here somewhere. There we go. No. Group operations information, no. Ingredients. I'm looking for the material costs, which I remember seeing. Crafting. I think it's in crafting. Materials. There it is. Right, so you go crafting, reports, materials, and then go through like just for cooking. Things like your black barracuda. No, that's one thing you make. Big gamey ribs. Change that to average buy, and then that will make sure that the price is correct for just what you've been buying big gamey ribs for. Assuming you've been buying them, that is, and not collecting them through sort of like skinning and things like that. Whereas the smart buy, if you go into your TSM options in settings, in module options, if you expand that out, this is the same for TSM3 as well. In accounting, there's this little tick box here. Use smart average for purchase price, and if checked, the average purchase price shows the tooltip. The average price for the most recent you've purchased, so it's only what you've got in your bags and your bank and not what you've historically bought something for. So it's a more up-to-date average of what you've bought. So if you have smart average turned on and you set your materials to average buy, then it's a more accurate way of TSM knowing that those materials cost just what you bought them for at the moment, which is really useful. So that might help you with your profit margins in something like cooking, if they're not showing a true reflection of how much your profits are. So for instance, my chaos crystals, I've purchased 15,000 over the course of my gold making, which is huge, and the smart average is 222 gold, and that is basically the average of the 447 I have on me right now and the price that I bought those for, not the price of the whole 15,000 that I bought since the beginning. So it's basically it's a better way of showing, you know, what those 447 chaos crystals in my bags right now cost me. So it's kind of just like a more accurate version, I'd say. Oh, Got in the blood of Sargeras as well. No worries, glad. I hope that helps. It certainly might help with your sort of what TSM's reporting the prices are at. Right, okay, this shouldn't take too long, I think, to run through these. And then I can restock on my enchants. I haven't had many sales at the moment, but then EU time it is quite late, so I may not get that many more over the next few hours. But the good thing is I'm getting stock up, which is my main priority for this evening, was to get stock. Still low on bloods. I've got 18 now, so that's a reasonable number. I'd like to be over 50 ideally. Maybe I need to do some more heroics and look out for world quests a bit more frequently, which is dependent on time excuse me, than anything else. Right, 2 more rows after this and we'll be done. Executioner, thanks for stopping by. Where would I find the option for smart average? You missed that part. Right, okay. So if you go into your TSM, it's the same for both TSM 3 and... I need to close my bags down. It's the same for both TSM 3 and 4. It's in the options under module options, and under accounting there's this little tick box here, use smart average for purchase price. You turn that on and it makes sure that you use just the price of what your current things are. It's hidden and it's turned off by default, but I really think it should be turned on by default because it's really a lot more useful using the smart average. I guess once you start purchasing stuff in bulk like I have over time, it can skew the figures. No problem, glad that helped. Right, carry on with disenchanting. Nearly there. 2 more rows to go. We've got another row up here as well, don't forget that. That's the trouble with Addy bags, is it orders stuff quite nicely, but then it also puts the recent ones up here, which is kind of useful. Maybe I could turn that off. Let's have a look. Is there a items, recent items, include incomplete stacks, merge, quest indicator, dim junk, quality highlight, display the coloured border? Yeah, we need that. Filters, manual filtering. There we go. Junk, track new items. Glowing aura, we want that. Item category, no. Junk item category. Doesn't seem to be one for recent items. Plugins, highlight changes, item level, tooltip. Currency, nope, those are all on. Don't see something to disable reset. Was it not track new items? Yeah, it might be that one. I think that one's the glow around it, but maybe playing a glowing aura in it and putting... Oh yes, yeah, I didn't read the full thing. I read about the glowing, but I didn't do the new status. Yeah, well done, thank you. So that would be track new items off. There we go, perfect. Thank you. There we go, so now they've still got the glowing thing around them, but they're not up there, so I can see that all my things are in one place. Brilliant, thank you. I always seem to do that, is I seem to skim over stuff and miss it first time round. Oh, it's interesting, the glows, that must be bugged out. The glows dropping down there in the free space. Not a biggie. Ooh, and we've sold a Binding of Haste as well in that time. So definitely got some sales. Right, okay. Last two rows. How are we doing for Leylight? We've got over 100. So that's respectable. Well, the thing is, it's respectable, but it's going to get used up so quickly. Oh, another Bloods. This is going to get used up as soon as I make these next lot of enchants. I've got to make this into Arcana as well. That's the thing, these braces make both my Leylight and my Arcana, so they do get used up a lot. I mean, I could buy some, that is an option. I think I may have to consider that, excuse me, from a time perspective. Then silk's so cheap and I hate buying stuff when I can get it cheaper. So it is a tear on my goblin heartstrings to buy something when I know I can get it cheaper. But then, as they say, time is money, so there we go. There's our bags, kind of sorted, looking a little odd. Enchanting. We need to go to crafting. I think we need to clear this queue. It may crash when I do this. Yes. Clicked clear queue. That seems to be a regularly unstable section. Slash reload. There we go. Bought over 160,000 silk in the past 7 days to make braces. And you think you've inadvertently driven the price up. Wow, Ash, that's a lot of silk. It's a lot of braces. I wish you all the best luck in disenchanting all of those. The price may have gone up, but I've done that myself. Bought not in that quantity, but I've bought up silk, and then the price has gone up, and then you leave it for a few days or a week or two, and it will drop back down again. Oh, excuse me, my legs are starting to give in. Right. Okay. So I'd say give it a little while, and I'm sure. Oh no, not tailoring, enchanting. I'm sure the prices will drop back down again. It's a whole supply-demand variance, really. Professions, enchanting, cloaks next, rings, tomes and relics. Yeah, look at that, we've got loads we need now. So let's switch to regular and do a load of lay shatters. There we go. Been doing it for hours now and don't seem to be making much progress in getting through it all. No. Don't think 160,000 have been posted on your auction at all expansion. Wow. As it shows the difference between servers, doesn't it? It's a lot of silk. Yes, I think 2 accounts and CKS is the way forward on that. There's another Ootsby has done CKS E version as well. I remember Gumdrop saying that's slightly updated version of it. Might be worth getting as well, but yeah, I'd recommend. CKS is like a it's as far as I know completely within Blizzard's terms of service, but it's basically something you can remap something like your mouse movement onto the automatic disenchant, so that as you move your mouse around, say browsing the internet or doing something else, it's sending those mouse movements to key press, which is being triggered in your other window, which is clicking disenchant. So it's not a bot per se, because you're still manually doing it yourself, which is why I think it's okay from a Blizzard's point of view, but it means you can be doing something else whilst you're disenchanting. I've heard a lot of people do it, especially when you're in sort of like that kind of territory of It is okay. Yes, I think yes. Like Sephorium said, it's just like multi-boxing. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. You're still there. You're still present. You're not doing it automatically. You've just been spam scrolling your mouse whilst watching something on your second monitor. Yeah, I think Ash, that's the exact same way I do it, or I did before, sort of like TSM Destroying, and is a little bit buggy. And I think that's kind of like a safe and easy way to do it. Ooh, looks like we still don't have enough Arcana. This is all Arcana we need. Let's lay shatter the last of this lot. I may have to buy some, you know, just to keep this supply, keep up with the demand. Yeah, if you have a second account, you could play the other account whilst the other crafted. Yes, definitely. I think that's the way for him, isn't it? I've certainly heard the sort of the bigger goblins do that, or tie your mouse to your cat or something, and get your cat to play with a mouse or something. Although I'm not sure where that comes in terms of well, it wouldn't be very nice for the cat unless it was something they wanted to do. If it was like a treat, you put dreamies all over it and they could push the mouse around or something. I'm sure there's some way you could do it, or hire your children to do it. I could always do that. Farm out the work. Right, last lot of enchants. Back to the queue. Versatility, intellects, another agility. Oh, this is using up my bloods. How am I doing for bloods? There we go. So, restocked. Versatility, 2 versatilities, 3 intellects, and 2 agilities. We're down to 9 bloods again. So that's why I need to do the braces to keep my blood supply up. And auctioning, post scan, cloaks, necks, rings, stones, and relics. It really ought to put these into one group, and then I can do good enchants and old enchants. I might do that. It's a good test of TSM 4. So we're going to post these on, and then we can have a look at our auctions and see what we've sold over the past hour. I know we've had quite a few undercutting competition on those. It looks like I might have to do a cancel scan as well. Right, let's post these on, although these are coming at my current price, so those are meaning I'm not undercut. But yeah, sales. We've got quite a few sales in the last hour. Rings mainly, and then hidden satyr and finding agility have also sold. So that just goes to show on a Saturday night you can get some decent sales each hour, really, as long as you can keep on top of it. My main focus has been restocking, not undercutting. If I was to do a cancel scan on these, I wonder if I've actually been undercut on anything. Just as a test. Oh, I've still got my bag selected, there we go. I've been undercut on that, but I've not been undercut. That's interesting. Hexweave bags I've been undercut, and then I'm cancelling, which I've undercut. How many Hexweave bags have I got on? Let's just do a shopping scan of Hexweave bags. That seems a little weird. Hexweave bags. Oh, Is it just bag, not bags? There we go. So, okay. Where am I? Got one here at 2,100. Have I got one further down? Yes, I have it. 3,900. Well, that's obviously not going to sell. So it looks like the price has dropped down. So let's get... Oh, did I actually do those cancels? I don't think I did I? What have we got? I'm going to take that off as well. Oh, that's shopping. Okay. Back with the program. There we go. Bags and that cancel scan. Looks like we've found a buyer for a couple more things as well in that time. Really getting some good sales. Almost makes me not want to go to bed, but it is getting late. Nearly 1:30, so might have to wrap up the stream soonish. Right, okay, so sales not including the last hour is 33,000. So that's pretty amazing. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to keep those sales in there so that when I come back on tomorrow morning, I'm just going to have a look and see how much total sales we had. So let's do a post scan of those. So these 2 hexweave bags now should come on. Less profit, but still 1925, which is what we were posting on before. So let's get those masteries on and the hexweave bags on. Sure, we should have cancelled more than that. No? Oh, we're only posting 1. We've got a limit on that. Let's go and change our group for bags and hexweave bag, group operations, crafting operations 1 of each, auctioning operations is sell bags. We're going to go into the settings of this for posting and change the post cap to, let's try 4, even though we won't ever have 4, and then do another post scan. There we go, we can get the other hexweave bag on, because I'm sure we'll sell more than 1. Right, okay. Other thing I haven't done yet is to check in on cooking and whether we need to restock on those. So let's get all our cooking food. Everything else is deselected. Then add to queue. What do we suggest we make? Some more omelettes, some ashari salad, and Nightborn delicacy platter is the recommendation. Okay, we're missing a lot of stuff for the Nightborn delicacy platter, but you're saying to me, TSM, that this is a profit of 30,000 if I sold all of these. Now those spiced falcon omelettes, I've got some on already. I think I've been doing this before. I need to further adjust my group, I think, for food. My group operations for food, I think the cooking generic is still too high at 116. I'm going to whack this way down to say, let's say 56. And now let's do this. If we do a clear queue, will it die? Yeah. Clicked clear, clear, QUE. Done. And flash reload. Go. Okay. So I think this will be the last thing we do for tonight. Just to get some skills up in cooking with this, and we could potentially get some sales, hopefully, because this is a new one. Which one was it that came up? Let's just add this to the queue again. The Nightborn Delicacy Platter. That's new. Okay, so let's see what we get with this. So, gathering. Start gathering. Close that down. So, we need to do some... We need to visit the bank, and we need to make some surf and turf and barracuda muglar, and we also need to buy some fjarn skull. 3 of those. Okay, so let's do this in order. So we've got our bank. We need to gather items, and then we need to move that away, and we need to go to the guild bank, and we need to gather items. Lovely job. Makes it so much easier with gathering. And then we need to make 5 Suramar Surf and Turfs. Well, we actually need to make 6. So 1 intermediate craft and 5 from the auction house. And we're missing some Fjarn's Skag. All Fjarnskaggle? Not sure how that's pronounced. Okay. This is where intermediate crafting doesn't quite work, so we're going to have to do this a little bit more manually. So what can we make? Suramar Surf and Turf. Crafting. Not groups. Professions. Suramar Surf and Turf. Okay. We need lean shank, flaked sea salt, rural olives, and rune scale koi. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to do a reset of this and do I want to make 5 ashari salads, so I think I'm going to need to make 10 barracuda muglars and 6 Suramar Surf and Turfs. So what I'm going to do is stop the gathering, clear the queue. Just going to go straight reload UI because I've done that a few times. And normally with gathering working correctly, I'd be able to do the intermediate crafts. But I'm going to do this manually or semi-manually. So looking back onto my cooking, Suramar Surf and Turf, 6 of those, wasn't it? Add to queue. And Barracuda Murla, it's got -1 gold profit, but I think that's because we need that. And then we're going to gather for those. There we go. I've got a whisper. Sir, yes. So we need to visit the guild vault for this. How can you transmog tabard to hidden? No idea. Try the transmog. There we go. So, Guild Vault. we need to collect items, which we've got there. And then we need to visit the bank
Good day to you.
for the muskin butter. Now it's still saying you've got to buy the black. Oh, that's an actual ingredient, so that's fine. Okay. And then we're going to go and buy some black barracuda. Now we can actually, let's just do a regular barracuda search and see what we pick up. It's probably the easiest. So we've got a stack of 109, 22 gold. I need 43 of them. How much did I buy them for? I actually bought them for 26 gold. So this will take my average down quite significantly. So I'm going to buy those 109. And how much did I buy them before? 26. So for good measure, I'm going to take that 200 and that 100 and that 142. Seeing as I seem to be able to need to do that. And actually looking at that, someone's actually selling it even cheaper. So I might as well buy it from the auction house. I think that's what they meant when they said buy it from the auction house. It's probably cheaper. Although it was saying buying it from the auction house because it was cheaper, because it was looking at my old price at 26, not my new price. There we go. Kind of makes sense. Let's take my buys. There we go. Right, okay. So intermediate cooking. Let's just plop down a fire here. And then cooking. So we're going to look at our intermediate list and make these. And then once we've done these, we can make 5 shal'dorei salads. Fingers crossed. Slightly more convoluted, but the good thing about this is you get to understand what each thing's doing. And so I think actually it actually works out better. I'm still selling enchants. Another buyer's been found for an agility. I just can't. I just need to keep on ticking over. I could stay here all night just making enchants and it looks like they're selling. But I need to go to bed soon. So right, we've done those. We're now going to... Let's see if we just did our groups and did our food and add to queue. Got our 5 shal'dorei salads, but we're missing... Oh, that was for something different anyway. This is for the delicacy platter, isn't it? Interestingly. Where was... That was for the barracuda merglar. Let me just look at what I was making. I need to just double check. The barracuda merglar needs the barracuda, river onion. Where was the Suramar surf and turf used in? Or is that just saying make those and sell those, perhaps? and I didn't realise they were separate. I think it was. Okay, so a Irish salad we still need. Okay. Makes a bit more sense now. Needs to just understand it a bit more, I think, before just running in there. Okay, let's look at all our ingredients and run a shopping scan just to see if there's any other bargains we can pick up. Just in case. Running a little bit sluggish whilst this thinks about it. Right. Come on, you can make it. But let's see if there's any actual bargains in here. Someone called Uber Banky. Check my prices as they come in. Storm Rays 19 versus 19. Moskill Perch 3. Fatty Bear Steak. You got someone who camps 18 hours a day for enchants. Wow, Sephorian. That's pretty crazy. I don't think I could keep up with that. I could happily do it for a few hours, and I remember doing it quite a lot when I very first started learning about it. I just to work out what worked. I happen to have more time on my hands. I have less time on my hands now. So these are quite cheap, but I've already got a good stock of most of those, except for gem chips. I think there's going to be quite a lot of those. Yeah, well, how much did I buy them for? Purchase for 90. Actually, for they're not cheap compared. Yarn skulls I was looking for, we're at 96. My purchase price is at 17, so that's just inside my average. 17, 18. There's 5 stacks of 200 there. Someone's very nicely pretty stacked them for me, so I'm going to buy... let's buy a couple of stacks. Don't think I need that much, but at least gives me some. Let's pick up my buys. And let's do my cooking. Okay, so Nightborn Delicacy Platter, which needed the gem chips, the barracuda stuff, starlight rose, and wildfowl eggs. Illustrious Grandmaster Cook. There we go. We're getting up there. Oh, except to my cooking fire. It's gone out. Make another one. Right, okay. Delicacy Platter. Don't think I've ever sold any of these. That's going to be interesting. A Jari Salad I've sold some of. So, it'll be interesting to see what these 5 sell for. And then, for completeness, let's make a load of spice falcons or omelettes. If nothing else, we'll get skill ups. Apparently there are certain companion pets that count as cooking fires whilst you have them summoned. Ah, that's a good idea. I wonder if it's like something like the molten corgi, the one that scoots its bum across the floor and leaves a lava trail. I bet you that one does it. That's a nice idea though, to have pets that do it. And as an enchanter, I can make a cauldron, a magic cauldron. I wonder if that does it. That would be interesting. Right, okay. So, spice fugs or omelette was giving me a profit of 8. And the salad was a profit of 222. And a delicacy platter was a profit of 44. So let's see if these sell. I'm going to put them on. Look at my bags. Shal'dorei salad. Okay, and someone's bought a binding of agility in that time. Right, okay, so we've sold 30 salads in the last 30. The last one was 11 days ago. Barracuda Murgler, we've not sold any of. Nightborn Delicacy Platter, we've not sold any of. And we've sold 20 Spiced Falcasaur Omelettes. And we've sold 280 Suramar Surf and Turfs. Okay. So, some of these do sell. Let's put them on. Auctioning. Let's do a select all groups, but make sure I've turned off the base group because it's got a default post on it. And I don't want that to go through. Oh, excuse me, just have to stretch my legs. Right, so salad's going on, Murgler's going on, and Suramar Surf and Turf's going on. Right. Put them on, see what happens. There we go. My auctions. Still got a list of all these things that I've sold. Loads of things. Steady sales of enchants. I bet you if I do a queue now, there's be more to make. Professions, Enchanting, next. Rings, Stones and Relics. Add to queue. Yeah, look at that. More critical strikes needed. More agilities needed. But I haven't got the Arcana or the Ley Light for that at the moment, so I'm going to actually have to leave that. You're going to head off, Trico? Well, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Thank you for the subs. Very kind of you. I'm actually going to head off myself as well, I think. Otherwise I'm going to be up here all night just making enchants, which, much as I'd love to, I'm going to have to get some sleep. So thank you all for the stream. Thank you ever so much for the subs. It's really, really special. I appreciate that. And the cheers, of course. So I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I certainly have. It's been a great evening. I've really enjoyed restocking everything. So have a great evening and all great rest of your day. And hopefully I might get on for a few hours tomorrow. We'll see how we go. But thanks everyone. And I shall see you again soon, hopefully. Good night and see ya.